then exactly on it, because that's just kind of the way the feel goes. Or if I'm playing bass in a rock band, I'm probably going to be just ahead of the beat or right on it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, that does.
And so, yeah, when you're a solo producer doing these kinds of things, that's something to take into consideration. Just because I was able to, play all these different types of instruments, I have an idea of what they're supposed to do, if that makes sense. Like, what is their role? And then I stick to that role. And that definitely makes the process a lot easier. It's basically all these rules and questions.
Okay.
Like, this is an issue, how do I fix it? Move on. And it never goes anywhere after that. It's always just very objective and direct. All right.
I like that.
Isn't it funny? We've been going at this song for this long and we're almost done with it. And it doesn't even feel like it. Yeah.
We're almost done, huh?
Yeah, almost. And I'll show you right now why. I'm actually going to grab one more sample, and I'm looking for like a trumpet or something. And the reason I'm looking for a trumpet is just because I feel like that brassiness will add a certain texture to it.
I think it'll be... I think it'll sound really good in this song.
Yeah. So I just found something. I'm going to try it out real quick. It's jazzy, which is kind of fun. And it's not in the right... So first off, it's jazzy. Second off, it has bass in it, so I have to cut out all those bass frequencies, which is important, or else it'll kind of mess up the rest of your song if you try going through it without cutting out the certain frequencies that you don't want.
Yeah.
It's just an extra step you have to take when you're doing this.
Is that brass? Is that trumpets?
Yeah, that was trumpets. I don't like it though.
So are we going to do this, are we going to come in with just the drums and the bass?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in with the original loop.
Okay.
First and foremost.
I see.
And then we'll probably do the loops and the hi-hat. The hi-hats are going to be a little bit... They're just going to be different. And all we're doing is we're deconstructing what we just did.
I see.
I'll go into more detail with that right now as I'm doing it. Really wish I could screen share this with you. And just to let you know what I'm doing, all I'm doing is I'm taking exactly what we just did. So all those different parts.
Yeah.
And I'm copying them exactly.
Oh, okay.
And when I do this, the main thing I'm doing is I'm copying it enough so that it lasts 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because the normal song is around 3 minutes. 2:30 to 3 minutes is what I feel for most songs. So that's kind of where I try to stay around. And the cool thing about that is now all I'm doing is taking away and adding things. So basically I just looped it out to 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So...
Okay, so that's 3 minutes, 12 seconds of everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to loop the first 8, and I'm going to try to see what I feel like would be a good intro out of all this. And usually what I do is I'll leave one instrument going while everything else is cut off.
Sure.
Or muted. All right, cool. So we have our first section, basically, and that's 16 measures long.
Okay.
And now I know that for the next 8 measures, I do some sort of a build. So what does that mean? That's just basically, I want to say like a mini bridge.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
and that's just going to build up to almost the main part of the song, and then we'll eventually do another bridge, and that'll go to the main part of the song, and then to the outro. So, like, as you can see, like, this way of songwriting is very simplistic and quick.
Yeah. It is. I like it a lot.
So basically what I'm looking for right now is called a riser.
Okay.
And you'll hear a riser in a lot of, like, different kind of house mixes. Do you like cowbell, sir?
I think it can be overdone.
Yeah?
Yeah. I use it sparingly.
You know what? I think you shouldn't do that anymore. I don't think you should restrict yourself.
I don't know. I think it's become a cliche.
Probably. But I wonder if there's a way we can make it not a cliche.
No.
No?
No, it's not possible.
All right, then.
No, more cowbell, man. That's just what comes to mind when people hear cowbell.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sick of it.
All right, so because I can't figure out what I want to do for a rise, I have an effect by a group called Data Life, and this effect is called Endless Smiles. And so what I like to do when I can't figure something out is I'll use this, I'll automate it, and this will give us a cool kind of, it's like chorus and a bunch of other effects.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example of this right now, how it works. So basically what I have it doing is throughout this sample, it's going to be more and more of the effect. So did you hear that, or what's it?
Yeah, it was kind of like a flanger type sound.
Yeah. And depending on, it has a couple different versions of it.
Okay.
And Data Dynamite is probably my favorite version of it. Because it makes a build for you when you can't think of it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound good.
And so we're already done with 30 seconds of the song. Awesome, yeah. And so I think, like, at this part, you could come in with, like, some sort of chords or something.
Maybe like power chords.
Yeah. And then at this point, we'll take out my quiet synth. Ooh, that was cool.
That was cool.
All right, well, I think I just found my bridge.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm just going to move that over. Boom. There we go. All right, and that's pretty much the song for the most
I
part.
like it.
Let's see, I'm just gonna take. Oh, actually, this is what I want to take out. Look right here. Yeah, and all I'm doing right now is I'm just doing some basic automation, because the basic automation is actually what can add a lot to a song.
So, you want to explain what automation is?
Yeah, so automation is basically putting an effect on it and having it readjust itself rather than me having to adjust it a certain way every single time.
I think that's pretty cool. What would we call this song?
Let me see. It makes me feel like a drive to the beat. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe SoCal Sun. Maybe something like, driving by or something like that. Kind of insinuating like we're driving by the beach. Beach time at Richmond High.
No.
Okay, no beach time at Richmond.
I think I get almost like a sunset vibe. Well, not like sunset, but like dusk. Like,
Yeah.
there's still a little bit of light out, but it's like you're in the car, the windows are down, it's warm air, but it's like almost dark. And you're driving along by the water. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I get.
And I think this is actually the hardest part.
Naming the song.
For me, yeah. It's actually going and naming the song. Because now at this point, it's what I just wrote now has to represent, the title are all the words that my audience get.
How about...
For the most part, so.
Something like... Because I get a nostalgia. A lot of the songs we've written so far have been kind of this melancholy feel to it, which I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
What about something like One Last Sunset?
That kind of brings like an ominous feeling. I don't know that...
One More Sunset.
That actually, yeah.
You like that?
I feel like that can have like a lot of different meanings to it. Like maybe it's one more